service, our clients have told us their businesses have been booming, and we found out too. What are you doing about your business? Do you want more clients? Do you want more people to know about the services that you do provide? Do you have a luncheon coming? What about your premieres? Call MBC. Advertise your birthdays, weddings, anniversaries, church program, or request our coverage at your function. MBC, at your service 24/7. Call 832-887-6452 or call 281-888-9502. MBC, your favorite station, sharing African views.
Welcome to Wazobia Market.
People assume quality car insurance has to cost more. People assume too much. The truth is, drivers who switched to Allstate last year saved money and got better protection. So get the facts, because you know what they say about people who assume. They pay more for car insurance than you and me.
Call Kayode Ajanaku, 9903 State Highway 6 South, Suite 600, Sugarland, Texas 77498. Telephone 713-776-3275.
All right, good morning. Good morning, Houston. It is packed in the studios this morning. We have an amazing episode for you on Dawn this morning on MBC. My name is Oluwani Shola. Good morning once again. I hope that you had a fantastic week. I hope that you managed to live in the present, and we're hoping that we're going to be the very best bet for you this morning for information and, of course, entertainment. We urge you to sit back, relax, enjoy this ride with us. Jimmy is here, finally. They finally let her off. I don't know who it is. I was keeping her.
You made it sound like a runaway bride.
Yes, you did. You did run away for like, say, about 3 months, Prof.
Yeah, right about 3 months.
Yeah.
We were thrust into this unusual position.
Unusual, very unusual. Now, I've not even
You
settled.
guys did fantastic. You carried on very well.
I've not even settled in, but I'm going to try and just imagine that you're not here yet, that you're still...
So just imagine I'm not here yet, right?
Anyways, guys, I told you it's a packed house this morning. We have stories to share with you. Of course, our training issues and stories will take center stage first up, and then we have guests. Yes, we'll be doing interviews as the show progresses. Jimmy.
Yeah, you said it all. It's a lineup we have for you. Lots of interesting stories, and Prof is all get up. Right?
Very, very.
There is one he's burning, so
burning
to talk about.
So we'll go for a brief break. When we come back, we'll start the show proper. Stick around. All right. Good morning, Houston. Good morning. Again, yeah. Good morning. I'm sure you won't catch that joke. But good morning. We are here in your faces as always. I was starting a little late this morning, but well, the good thing is that we are here.
Better late than never.
Yes, better late than never. She has just introduced herself. So Jimmy's here.
Yeah.
Feels like a million years, but finally she's here. Welcome back, darling.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, Prof is there as well with his brewing and boiling. He has so much to talk about this morning. We have a packed show. We have interviews for you. We're going to be throwing in some music as well. We just hope that we won't take like too much of your time. I'm sure
of course we'll be running over time.
We will because we started a little late, but we will. So instead of going for a break, we're just going to go straight into business. Jimmy, are you fine with that?
I'm very good with that. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so taking a leaf from that Tade Ogido All-Cast song, Aye Male, it has been really very crazy in Nigeria, especially the Dasuki case. Accusations and counter accusations on where the money went, who I give the money to, this person collected this. Names were flying around. Prof, Odili's name was mentioned.
I thought you said Prof's name was on the list.
Yeah, I think so. There was your name somewhere there. I said I was going to ask you today. How come? I didn't get a car.
How much did you get?
How I wish. My name was, I have school fees to pay.
I don't even have a car yet. I was going to ask you, why didn't you give me a car on my birthday?
But let me get to the point of all this. One of the problems we're having now is that we've never really had an institution that governs anything in Nigeria. Okay. I mean, we've all had in the last 16 years this so-called security vote that everybody has. The president has it, the governors have it, and it's money that you don't need to account for. It's been within the system all these years, and we kind of just wave it aside, because we hear about it. We hear a governor security vote; he can use it for anything.
Yes, it's at his discretion.
Yes, that is. And this is really what we are seeing on a grander scale now. For the first time, it's been exposed, and I hope Nigerians start to look at it at. More of a problem is really that we're not creating an institution that we can rely on as people. This is just really unfortunate that $2.1 billion is handed over to a national security advisor. And he disburses it for whatever he likes. God, I need a consultancy job with those people.
Most people who I've had the opportunity to speak with, one thing that's constantly popped up in the discussion is that, is there no due process, like to disburse this kind of thing? The president just calls on someone to say release this amount to someone, and
we're just, you know what, it's
like I just said, look,
it's mind-boggling.
It's mind-boggling, and very many times Rangers miss the switch.
Well, let's put it this way: every organization, every country needs to create a system, not just of laws, but institutions that take care of certain things.
I think this issue, I think for me, in my short life, has been like the biggest so far, because there's so many names. Dokwesi's name, even the president. I don't know and
what was pretty interesting, right?
I find it interesting, very interesting.
But the good thing is that most people who heard president's name being mentioned, some of them were like, "Oh, you should know Buhari wouldn't have done that."
Something like that.
And whatever he got was what he was entitled to.
And I think I would agree to a certain part of that statement, that whatever he got, he was entitled to. But is that the system? Is that how it is normally allocated? What he's supposed to get as an ex-president? Is it through that office? Is it through the presidency? Is it through the secretary to the government? Well, that's what I'm saying. We have to create institutions You see, these are the murky things that we like to do in
Very
Nigeria
much.
that allows for corruption.
Very much.
You know, the fact that the NSA brings you 2 cars, you know, is, you know,
No, but it was,
is that his job?
But I learned that happened after he was attacked.
I understand that, and that's what I'm saying. Even when after he was attacked, you know, the security advisor, is it his job to get, he can be the one to say, call whatever department, he's the secretary of the government
And
that
tell
says
them
that,
to,
you know, allocate it. So you have a system, you can trace everything. That's all I'm saying. So it's not about whether the president was right or the president was wrong.
Dazuki has been granted bail.
Bail,
right?
eventually, yes. It was denied on Tuesday, but eventually yesterday, I'm sure he had this corny, crooked smile on his face when he was eventually granted
Well,
bail.
look, if you're running a proper legal system,
That's how it's supposed to be.
that's how it's supposed to be. He was going to eventually be granted
Granted bail, right?
And for others,
Yeah,
actually.
I mean, look, and that's the almost what you want to call the funny thing about the system we're trying to build. We're going to have to do things that are uncomfortable to the people, like granting him bail. It's going to be uncomfortable. A lot of people don't like it.
But it has to
It has to
happen
happen.
for you know. It's just
Yeah.
for us to have. So okay, because we do have many things to talk about this morning. I won't want us to dwell so much on that. You're also going to come up with the
Yeah, the fracas in Kaduna during the week, the Shiite
Shiites?
sect and stuff, and the Nigerian army. It was quite conflicting. We saw videos of what happened. You know, from the start, you see the army officials actually begging this group to, like, you know what, move over. Let's just go through, and then afterwards, it became a bloodbath of some sort. And then the sect says that no, it didn't happen that way. They actually were very.
It's been a very interesting one, you know, when you talk about the Shiites and the, you know, honestly, I didn't even know we had the Shiites.
I didn't too until last
in
week.
in Nigeria.
Last week.
Yeah, it's funny, but I mean, I don't want to talk on behalf of religions and all that, but you know, I have always at least learned and read a little bit about the Sunni Muslims and
And the Shiite
Muslims.
Muslim, yeah.
And I knew that most of Nigeria is
Sunnis,
Sunni
yeah.
Muslims. But I went to school in Ibadan. I mean, and so I've always known that there was a different sect
Okay.
of the majority Muslims that were in Ibadan, because you know we always had that little. There were always these little conflicts everything in
Every now and
the
then.
middle 70s when I was in secondary school. Right? So I've always had a taste of what both sides of that religion is. Right?
Yes.
But this is unfortunate because you know, like you said, there was a bloodbath. You
There
know,
was a bloodbath.
but when they decide to disrupt, and you're disrupting people that carry guns, because they were disrupting soldiers from moving through.
They have their weapons as well.
Well, yeah, you know, you're not going to have,
machetes and
you know, I mean, a machete to a gun, you know, there's no contest there, you know. You're good.
Okay,
So it's unfortunate, though.
It is very unfortunate. Should we do one more story?
Yeah, so, well, we actually have lots of stories for you, even entertainment stories, but we don't know how well we'll be able to touch on all of this before we start taking our guests. Confirmed we had 2 guests waiting, but let's quickly talk on the issue of Daisy Lee, right? She's just recently bought herself citizenship of the Dominican Republic, and, well, whatever way the UK government and Nigerian government got to hear about it, now she's being watched. What do you think about that?
Look, I don't want to say that most people that do have money or either way, whether it's stolen wealth or wisdom, but a lot of people, it's become the order, it's become the trend around the world. You know, people are buying into citizenships of places that they feel they'll be more comfortable. You see a lot of Chinese business people buying into Canadian citizenship.
Yes.
Even in, you know, so I mean, and I know a lot of Nigerians also that bought into Canadian citizenship in the last 10 to 15 years. And so it's nothing really unusual, other than she chose a small
But
island.
what I see about the story is I find it pretty coincidental. You know, just around the time we're hearing that she's bought the citizenship, then there is a rumor that she's dead. Okay? I see it as, you know, some kind of...
Well, look, like I always say, I don't think...
You know, you're talking about death now. A name just popped up in my head. If I ask Prof now, I don't know what it is you're going to say about the Alamzia. Nobody
Look,
has heard
look,
if he's been buried.
He doesn't.
Does anybody know what happened to him?
Look, so is he going to live his life in some kind of secrecy? Look, one of the things that you know in our culture is that we actually don't play with death. If you notice one thing, I mean, no matter who the actor or actress is in Nigeria, when it comes to playing dead or this thing, none of them wants to ever be put in a coffin because so it's not something we joke with. Now, look, we're all going to die at some time.
Sure.
So look, and I think from the pictures we've seen, we actually want to believe that she's really gravely ill.
Dealing with some ailment.
Yeah. So look, if there are rumors about her death and about the same time we find
her lawyer
out
has come out to deny, to
look,
denounce it.
Look, like I said, there's no way she's going to die in England.
Yeah.
And this is not in
It's the
Nigeria.
place with records.
Something would happen. They're going to have to certify her dead and all that. So look, I mean, when I saw that piece, the rumors, I said, look, she's living in a civilized country.
Yeah. Right.
Where you can't hide you can't hide death.
So I think at this point we'll just quickly take a break and we'll be back with the first guest. And after that, we'll still have some more stories for you. Don't go away. We'll be talking about British-born Nigerian John Boyega. You're laughing because you know what. All right, and Prof is not looking at me now because it's something we've been debating for a while now. All right, so British-born Nigerian actor John Boyega gets introduced to the world through Star Wars. That's one of the stories coming your way. We'll also talk about the death sentence that was committed to life imprisonment for 66 Nigerian soldiers who were court-martialed earlier this year. So there's just a lot of things to talk about and highlights. Find something interesting. 90 years of marriage, no argument. Is it possible not to argue in a marriage?
No, that's not possible.
Even here we have this argument,
yes,
right?
And we're not
so
married.
We'll take this quick break and we'll come with our first guest. This is Dawn on MBC. Don't go anywhere. It promises to be interesting this morning.
What are you doing about your business? Do you want more clients? Do you want more people to know about the services that you do provide? Do you have a luncheon coming?
All right, you're welcome back to Dawn on MBC. It's Saturday morning, city of Houston. Getting cold, right? I hope you're enjoying the weather. Well, usually when it's this time of the year, we can tell we're around the festive season. It's just a wonderful feeling we all have wherever you are at, right? And that wonderful feeling wants to make you send something back to people home. We're expecting to hear from you. We're expecting to receive something from you in order to also have a beautiful Yuletide season. Well, if you've been thinking about that this morning, we've got the answer for you. I'm being joined in the studio by Jay Vicks, and Jay this morning is the Global Director for...
Yes, Global Director of
Transfast, yes. And I also have Vicky to my right, and she's the Global Ambassador for Transfast. Now, a quick summary. Transfast is a money transfer fee,
a money transfer service.
Exactly, that gets you to send something back to wherever in Africa. But there is something unique about Transfast, right? We all know there are lots of, that's what we do all the time. Right. There are lots of people who have businesses that enables you to send money, but there is something unique about Transfast.
Yes.
And that's where we're going to be starting from. So, Jay, tell me about Transfast. What makes Transfast different from the competition?
So we focus our efforts primarily, number one, on bank-to-bank. We offer people two primary aspects. We offer people Fast Track and Value Plus. Our key to fame and success in many ways is that our customers are extremely satisfied with our customer service, but the added value of giving them the opportunity to either put more money into their account with Value Plus, or being able to do Fast Track and allowing them to get instant. So actually in the upcoming days, starting today, we did some exciting blowout rates. What that entails is to make sure that our customers see that we care about them saving. Okay. So them being able to put money in their account, not only for their loved ones, but because this new generation is all about saving. Okay. They're about investing back in Africa. Right. So we care about sustainability, and that's why our rates and what we are doing, we're keen on making sure that they see that the added value of being able to send up to $10,000 is there.
Okay. So most people are used to you send money and someone receives it right there, like cash, right?
Correct.
But what you're trying to promote now is more of you send money more
bank
like a saving, savings. You can save this, and so I'm asking, why should I do that?
Well, times have changed, and one of the biggest aspects is that people want convenience. And convenience is being able to send money anywhere you are, as frequently as you'd like to, and knowing that long term, the idea of a fee is unnecessary when you no longer half the time use agents. When you do directly bank to bank, we're basically making it transparent and clean. That money should be back in your pocket. And why charge you a fee to send you such a phenomenal fee to send so much money home? We allow people to send up to $10,000 for a flat fee of $4.99.
So people are not getting this is becoming interesting. So people don't get charged, you know, based on the amount you send, but there is a flat rate, right?
Flat rate. So from $100 to $10,000, you are being charged $4.99.
Okay, you know what? When I come back, I'll be turning to Buki. She'll join in this conversation. But let's just take a quick break. This is done on MBC, and we're talking about transfers, the fastest way to send money, and with a flat rate. I think that's interesting. We'll be back.
Wow.
Welcome to Wazobia Market.
People assume quality car insurance has to cost more. People assume too much. The truth is, drivers who switched to Allstate last year saved money and got better protection. So get the facts, because you know what they say about people who assume. They pay more for car insurance than you and me.
Call Kayode Ajanaku, 9903 State Highway 6 South, Suite 600, Sugarland, Texas 77498. Telephone 713-776-3275.
All right, you're welcome back, and this is still Dawn. So I have Buki sitting right here. Such a pretty lady, and guess what? She is a global ambassador for TransFast.
Absolutely.
So, for people who are watching at this moment and want to know how can they send money, where can they find TransFast?
Well, TransFast is everywhere. You can go online and send by yourself. That's why it's very easy and convenient for everybody to do it. You don't have to go to any agents in order for you to send money. All you need to do is to go on your apps, get the application, download it on your phone or on your laptop, on your tablets, wherever, and then click on it, register, put your name, put your recipient name, and then send the money. That's it.
Oh, that easy, right?
That easy.
So I heard there is this a promotion or this is an ongoing thing?
Ongoing thing. Every day, the convenience of being able to send money home, we know that it's now becoming with a swipe of a click. You know, 3 slides and you should be able to send money home. We're making this a consistent effort to make sure that our customers are having that convenience day in and day out.
Okay, and is this only in Houston or?
Oh, this is global, but this is our first global ambassador.
Right.
Okay.
So yes, she's basically our key in the market, telling us what the customers want.
Right.
And our job is to hear the customers, and she becomes a voice, our ally. So what we do is make sure that every time that we come into the market, we do something that kind of speaks to the customer, but helps us represent what the brand stands for. Service, value, and consistency.
Okay. So you have an event coming up today.
Today.
What's the event about?
Actually, we are doing promotion in finger licking right
By Basonet? Yes.
Yeah, by Basonet.
Yes.
So we want everybody to come, and for those people that will come in and send money today, we give money back in their pockets. And they don't have to pay the fee.
That's interesting. So it's like a fee waiver for today.
Oh, look, beyond a fee waiver, we're going to have every single person that not only comes in, they can send money, but we're going to give money away.
Give money
This is
away.
literally us giving money away,
Right.
just to say, try it. A lot of people are afraid of trying something. We're giving you a little bit of money so you can just send to the receiver, and it's a connection, so you can see on the send and receive side.
Okay, so with this, I just walk into finger licking, like I've heard about this now, Do I have to register somewhere, or do I have to, what's the process?
The process is there's going to be 2 of our key ambassadors on top of this that work underneath her that she's brought to us. You put your first name, last name, your email address, and phone number.
Right.
This is all your information.
Yes, okay.
Now on the receiver side, you put that same information with a Nigerian number. That email gets sent right to them saying, here, process, now we're going to give you the free money.
Oh, that's interesting. So, and how long is this going to be for, this free part of it?
This
because
is,
we all love free.
This
Free.
is for tonight.
Tonight only.
So
and
we'll see you there.
And again, there's going to be food.
Okay.
So you can come, bring your family, bring your kids. We have Santa.
Oh,
Santa is going to be in the house.
Yay!
Yeah,
it's
nice
Christmas,
Santa.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. I know that you mentioned Transfest has been around for 8
years. Actually, it's been around for 8 years, and our CEO, Samish Kumar, he also lived in Nigeria, and that's why his biggest asset on sustainability in Africa has been such a big movement that I've been in there. I just got back on Thursday now.
Right.
So we're out there. We just met with the Honorable Desmond. We just actually served 7 orphanages, gave toys to 356 children, brought Father Christmas there, gave them a little over 900 pounds of rice. We've done so much for the community on that side that we're really excited to see what's going to come next.
Okay. So, Bookie, is there something else you want people to know about tonight, or about Transfest being a global ambassador?
Yes, I do want my people
Good.
to know that wherever your people are, not only in Africa, you can send money to them. Because I have friends in London that they're asking me, can they use Transfest? And I feel yes. I told them yes, they can use Transfest to send money from London to their people in Africa or wherever.
Okay, so is it possible to send money from the US, say, to Canada with Transfest?
Yes,
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, because I
Bank
know
to
with
bank.
some of the existing transfer companies,
Platforms,
yes,
yeah.
where you have to do that, you're being charged some huge amount because
Never.
between the US and Canada.
You don't have to, we don't
here.
charge anything.
Flat fee, or because of this date also, you use the code BOOKING,
Okay.
and everybody gets free transfer.
Okay, so you heard that. So Bookie has told me something she wants people to know. So is there something else you want people to know that we haven't touched on today?
No, I mean, I want you guys to come and try the product. The key aspect is that we know we have value and we are consistent, but more than that, we're going to promise to be here for a lot longer than you expect.
Right.
All right. Well, my guest this morning, Jay Vicks to my right, and Jay Vicks is the Global Director for Transfest. And I have Bookie, and Bookie is the Global Ambassador for Transfest. I must say a big thank you to you guys. Do not forget, they've laid it out there this evening. What time is it?
5 p.m. to 9.
5 to 9 p.m. Okay. No African time,
No
right?
African
No
time.
African time.
No.
5 to 9 p.m. Be there at Bisonet, finger licking. Transfest is going to be there. You're going to be sending money to anywhere for free
For free.
today. And then you said it can also be downloaded on your phone, right?
your
An
app.
app. Yes, very convenient.
iOS and Android.
All right, so very convenient. Make sure you make it there. That's it. That's what we have to tell you. Don't miss it. It's all from Transfest this morning. It's done on MBC. We'll take a quick break right now, and we'll be back with you. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Wish you all the best.
You.
Oh. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Ale. Good morning. This is Ale Shinloye from Sugarland.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Alesh. You're on to Dawn on MBC. Thanks for calling. You have a question for our guests?
Yes. So look, what is the rate for today? I mean, and really, how much? I had $10,000, but I can't really take $10,000 from my account cash. I mean, without me being questioned. You know, how is this going to happen?
Okay.
Because I like the idea bank to bank, but
So,
how can I trust this system now?
okay. Can I take this answer?
Yes, please go ahead.
Thank
Feel
you.
free. Thank you very much for calling.
So, to kind of answer your question, from 2,995, we don't actually question you. There's the whole issue is compliance. We're protecting you guys. So you can send anywhere from up to $2,995, not being questioned, sending money home. Our rate is high. Now, this is for your benefit. But the key is, once we go past that at 3,000, we now do certain levels of compliance just to make sure. It's from us sending it from the bank side, going over international, and then on the receive side. This is to make sure that there's no cases of fraud. And this is, when I say long term, the first time you only get hit with the questions.
Okay.
After that, it's instant. I promise you, you only get stopped. That's why the first time you can tell every other person, if they want to, they know they want to send $10,000, then come in with the paperwork at the very first moment. You start the process with that, I promise you within 48 hours they're going to review this, your money can then be processed. Understandably, this is Saturday, but you also have to remember another thing. When you're sending money here and sending it home, you've got to remember the banking hours of the received banker. Because a large misconceived notion is when you send here, we release your money almost instantly when it comes to doing the review process. But if the bank is not open over there, that is not our responsibility, but we take care of the customer service to make sure that you're aware of this.
Okay, well, I guess that would have answered this question. And with that, something else came to mind, to me when you said he talked about sending the money, the rates, and all of this. How do you do your rates? Because that's another thing that people will want to know, because you're sending a foreign currency to whatever part of Africa, to whoever. How does the rate work?
So we keep it as close to or at the rate that the exchange is, to make sure that as the added value for you guys, you're getting more money into your account. If you guys look at our rates compared to anybody, because we have the best rates online.
Okay.
Online compares to anybody else.
Right.
This is because it's a long-term sustainable model that lets you know that you will be protected. Now, with that being said, our rates are, if you look at, I don't want to say competitors' names, but just look at the other competition, and you'll see that we're offering you the best value. And even today, we have the highest rates online. Right. So go with us, try us out. That's why we're inviting you, finger licking tonight.
Okay, once more is Transfast. Okay, if you just tuned in, the show is done on MBC, and my guest this morning is Vix and Buki. They're both ambassadors he is a global director, and she is an ambassador for Transfast. And Transfast is a money transfer company, the organization that allows you to send money to Africa or wherever you want to send it to. And it's something you can also download on your phone.
Do it by yourself.
Slide to quicksend, right?
Yeah.
And then create or edit. All of this, I'm sure, will be available to you if you make it out there to Finger Licking this evening at 5 p.m.
More questions for me.
Good. So Vix will be, Jay will be there, Jay Vix will be there, and Buki, I'm sure,
I'll
will
be there
too.
live.
Okay, so they'll be there to answer all your questions. Don't forget, it's free tonight. When you go there, you're not paying anything in terms of the transaction fees. Yes. Okay. All right, guys. Right now, I have to let them go because I know they'll need to prepare for this evening. So I want to say thank you once more for being here.
Thank you.
I wish you the very best of
Thank you
this
very
event.
much.
So everyone is welcome. It's like, everybody, come inside. See you later at Finger Licking this evening. Let's take this quick break and I'll be back with my next guest. Okay, that's the music of Styles. Yes, Styles with a ZZ. Okay, so how are you? Nice to have you on the show. Great. Okay. When you meet the big boys in the industry, they really talk loud, but when they're on stage, they just,
when one is speaking, that's when they have this low tone. You can see him all decked up and You're just chilling. Okay. Chilling is a good word. Chilling is a good word. You're welcome.
Okay, so let's talk. You recently, first I must say congratulations on your award, the NEA, that you won in September in New York, right? You're based in New York?
Yeah, I'm based in New York.
Okay. So tell me, how's singing been for you? How's the industry been for you in the last 4 years?
Yeah, I mean, the industry has changed. You know, like Nigerian music is getting bigger and bigger right now. You know, I feel like Nigerian music is about to be the next reggae in the USA. And I mean, Nigerian music already conquered London already.
Okay, so it's about to conquer.
Yeah, it's about to conquer, you know.
How long have you been doing this?
Huh?
How long have you been doing
4
this?
years.
And what's the genre? What are you doing basically? Pop?
Afrobeat.
Afrobeat.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Afrobeat.
And how are the ladies treating you?
I mean, the ladies,
I was hoping you wouldn't ask that question.
I want to ask.
the ladies are good, man, because, you know, I make my songs for the ladies.
Well, guess what? I think that was a good question. Though.
Yeah.
How are the ladies treating you? The voice went up, man.
And
the ladies. I've been trying to get him out of his shell.
You know, the ladies have to know, you know, that we are repping, you know.
Yeah, because without the ladies, they can't be here, right? You know, we make
without
things
God,
work.
shy, but you know, without God, but definitely without the ladies.
Have you had collaborations done?
Yeah, but I haven't released any though, cause I'm not really. When I started music, I want to put my music out there. I don't want to do no collaboration and have like, you know, like eventually I'm gonna do it, but you know, I want to put my face out there first.
You want to establish yourself before you start.
But I have a couple of collaborations done already. You know, just
with artists like. Are you gonna give us names?
I'll give you guys one of the.
Just one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got something with David O.
Ooh.
And, I did that last year actually, but you know, we shot a video. It's coming out soon. It's gonna be on my next project because I'm working on an EP. So.
Okay, so the one we just watched prior to you coming on the show is called Whining.
Baddest Wine.
Baddest Wine, yeah. So, and I know you have some other videos also,
right.
you know, out there. So let's talk about some of those other videos you have apart from Baddest Wine.
Yeah, I got my first ever video was on Mujo.
Okay.
And that was like in,
Wait, is that Mojo or Mujo?
Mujo,
okay.
Yeah. And that was like in damn, I forgot what year. Like 4 years ago. It's out 3 years ago.
Okay.
But yeah, that was my first official video. Like it was a blessing and all. And the second one was Ringtone. It was a freestyle to T-Pain up there.
Okay.
Yeah, and from there we went out to, you know, Better Things.
Nice.
You know,
so I know you in recent times you've been nominated for your job and everything. So, but when you won the NEA, can you just take us back and
how did it make you feel
at that point?
I mean, that was like my second time getting nominated for that. That was actually the third time. So I got nominated like back to back 2 times already. I didn't get it. I mean, I understand because I was still, you know, I was still working. I was putting in the groundwork, you know. The third time I got it, and I believe like hard work and you know, God's planning and timing and stuff like that. So you know, it was really big because I didn't expect to. It was a lot of other big artists on the list as well. So I didn't really expect to get it, but I believe you know, I put in work. So I believe I deserve it.
Congratulations once again. So you're based in New York. Are you planning on going back home and staying just as many, you know, of the big names that we know about now, the Tiwa Savages and the Davidos? Are you planning on staying in Lagos or going back home?
Or just representing?
Yeah, I'm representing, you know, like as a diaspora artist of the year. Like I'm representing. I'm doing it for people, for everybody, for all Africa, and I'm doing it from somewhere far from Africa.
Okay.
And I would like Africa to appreciate the fact that I'm representing from far away, you know.
So I'm going to write that down. I hope 5 years from now we won't hear that you are in Lagos.
I'll be all over the world.
Yeah, maybe, let me play devil's advocate.
Okay.
So maybe he's gonna go to Lagos to like do 1 or 2 shows.
Oh yeah. Like you know, like
really.
The same way.
So when you get bigger, which we're sure you will, when you get bigger, you start getting about like 2-3 shows a week in Lagos.
Right.
Every other week.
And that one, you know, that one.
No change, Amo. No change,
You know, it's part of the work. You know, like something like that. We supposed to expect it. Like, you know, like artists do tours and stuff like that, and they might have like shows in the same, like 3 different shows in the same state, and they're gonna have to stay. So if that what I'll have to do, if I have to be in Nigeria, and if I have a lot of shows lined up in Nigeria, I'm not gonna be flying back and forth, because you know that costs a lot, unless my manager is is up.
Okay, so just tune in. This is Dawn on MBC, and we have in the house Styles, New York-based artist. You know, he plays Afrobeat. Yes, and so let's talk about, you're here in Houston.
Right.
This is not New York. What are you here for? What are you doing here?
Basically, I came to visit my guy, my manager, my personal party, you know, it just we grew up together, actually. Like, you know, like we started in Redeemed Christian Church of God.
Oh, you started in church as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not one of those people that say they started in church. So I just happened that we met up in church, and I was doing music in church, you know. So like I used to play drums, and I used to play different all type of instruments, you know. Recently he just hit me up and told me that you have a beats for me, which I know he used to like play around with beats and stuff like that, but I didn't know that he really took it serious. But so as soon as he told me that, and he sent me a couple of beats, like I was doing like a couple of shows there. Okay. So I was feeling this, so I'm like, you know what, it's not really my lane. The beats that he sent me, because I understand, I don't know my lane yet, so I told him it's not really my lane, but I'll come to Houston, and we'll sit down, and we'll put things together, and I mean, it's been successful, and we got like about 5 tracks already. That's like 3 days, and so, you know, better things to come.
Sure.
All right, so I think we'll go for another break. Hear other material from Styles, and when we come back, we will still be here, by God's grace, to take more stories. And of course, if you have questions and all, you can please do call the studio lines as well. We'll be really, really very, very happy to hear from you. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Styles in the building, and we're about to let you go now. But before we do that, we would like for you to share with us, I'm sure that you're on social media and stuff, so just your Instagram, Facebook, and where you see yourself in 5 years?
Quick, is it like Yemi_Styles?
No, I am Styles. I am STYLEZZ.
Okay.
And on Facebook is Yemi Styles, MISTYLES, no Z's. And in 5 years, I see myself.
Say that in Pidgin, please.
Say
yeah.
That in Pidgin.
Where you been 5 years? I want you to say in Pidgin.
You know, like you have to come natural now. I can't just.
Oh, it's not natural.
It's natural, but you know. So for something to be natural, it has to be natural.
What you're hearing right here is the New York, you know,
it's not natural enough.
In 5 years, I suppose they do bigger things.
More like
God for the humblest was past this one, you know.
All
I
right.
see myself with different market and different businesses, you know.
So have you tried penetrating other places aside the U.S.?
Yeah, Nigeria. I go to Nigeria, and but I'm planning a tour for UK in 2016. A lot of things has been planned for 2016, so you know, let God take control.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much once again for joining us.
Thank you very much for
I'm sure that we'll be hearing
much
more from you.
Yep.
All right, when we come back, guys, we have more to share with you this morning on Dawn. Stick around.
Dawn, brought to you in association with Wazobia African Food Market, Trinity African Bar and Grill,
Since MBC has been at your service, our clients have told us their businesses have been booming, and we found out too. What are you doing about your business? Do you want more clients? Do you want more people to know about the services that you do provide? Do you have a luncheon coming? What about your premieres? Call MBC. Advertise your birthdays, weddings, anniversaries, church program, or request our coverage at your function. MBC, at your service 24/7. Call 832-887-6452 or...
All right, you're welcome back. It's Dawn on MBC. Well, I was carried away chatting with my next set of guests this morning. It's Saturday morning. You know how we do it. It's a Saturday morning tradition right here. And this is the only show that gives you everything live right here in the city of Houston. So I have Anselm to my extreme and I have Opeyemi. And both of them representing Ping Express. So let's talk about Ping Express. People are wondering, okay, what's this about again, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about it. Who wants to take first? Who wants to take the floor? What's Ping Express about?
Okay, so Ping Express is a product of 2 years worth of effort. We've taken the time to understand the market. We've been there. We are still in it. We know what people want. We try to put a solution together that gives people the benefit, not just a solution. It's a solution with a benefit. So we push convenience in the hands of people. You don't have to trust people with your money. Trust yourself with your money. We give you the platform. We enable you to send money to your beneficiaries back home at the time that they need it. You don't have to wait until the bank opens or the agent opens tomorrow, or the agent opens in a few hours, or you have to drive out there. So you can just pick up your phone, you're just woken up, someone has called you from back home to say, oh, I need money for extend.
Yeah, so those kind of calls,
exactly,
right?
yeah. So Ping Express enables you to do that. And what we also allow you to do is benefit from the exchange rate that you would never get from everyone else.
Okay, how do you do that?
Well, so when we're at different, we sort of identify that rather than going to partner with the banks directly, in which case we levy you to pay the banks. What we can do is connect to the banking network in the local market as an example. So we then are able to pay directly to your bank account, boycotting relationships with the banks directly. So that way,
like direct credits to the
correct.
Okay, deposits.
So if you pick up your mobile phone and you go to pingexpress.com, you initiate a transaction, go through the steps and make a payment. Before you log out, you get an alert from your local bank, or your beneficiary can call you immediately to say they've received the payment. So that's how fast it is.
Okay, so I'll allow Anselm take us through the process, right? So assuming a potential customer and I want to use Ping Express, how would I start?
Well, Ping Express is very simple. We provide, it's simple, it's convenient, it's fast. All you do is to send money from your local bank in the US to a bank account in Nigeria within seconds. When we say seconds, we really mean seconds. It takes you roughly, as a new customer, it takes you roughly 2 minutes to register, put your banking information, and send the money. The money is there. We do lots of communication. You get more communication from our banking partners. You get an SMS when the money is deposited. The reason we do that is you don't want a situation where someone in Nigeria says, hey, I didn't get the money. So once the person gets the money, you get an SMS. The person also gets an alert. So both of you know at the same time. So there's no denial. Overall, like I said, we say it's a 3-step process. We have a video there on YouTube, on the website, that walks you through the process. And the first step is, one, you enter the amount you want to put. That's just very simple. How much do you want to send? Is it $100? Is it $200? It tells you the exchange rate. Today we offer $240 to a naira.
Oh,
$240 naira to a dollar.
To a dollar, right?
Yes.
Interesting.
Today $240 naira to a dollar, which you can sit back in your home and complete your transaction.
From the convenience of your home, right?
Yes.
You don't have to start looking for the nearest transfer office or...
You could even do it in traffic.
While you're driving.
You're stuck in traffic and you think, oh, by the time you get home, you probably forget anyway. It takes you literally a minute to do it.
Yeah.
If your beneficiary details is already in there, if you save it.
If you register and just save it right there,
Yeah,
right?
for subsequent transaction. So
subsequent transaction is less than a minute. Initial transaction may take 2 minutes because you just want to put your name and address, which is great.
Okay, hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Very well, thank you. My name is Sandra, calling from West Timer. I just want to ask the two gentlemen there. I've heard some transfers. I want to know what is their selling point. What's special about them? Why should I choose them?
Okay.
See,
that's
you.
a very good question. That's what everyone asks. What I tell you why choose Ping Express is convenience, speed, accuracy, and adequate communication. We'll let you know when the receivers get the money. We'll let you know when the money is taken from your bank account. We just let everyone know so that you don't have a situation.
So it's like you're aware at every point in time, at every stage, right?
Exactly.
Correct.
So you're aware. 2, it's convenient. 3, it's a better exchange rate. At 240 naira to $1, you're gonna beat practically everybody out there. You're not gonna drive out to a store, and your mom or your father in Nigeria is not going to go to the bank and wait in the line. You're not going to fill the same form you fill in Western Union every day. Every time you go to Western Union and fill the same form, you're not going to fill those forms. It's as easy as that. Convenience is what we say. Better rate is what we say. And adequate communication. So everyone is aware every time you do a transaction.
You know, there is something that I'm sure a couple of people out there will want to know is, okay, you make this sound like a piece of bread and butter, all simple, but I'm not getting any charges. Am I not being, what the cost to me? To the user.
So like an average, I tell everyone is when you sit back and look at the Western Union, you pay fees, right? Naturally, in the remittance world, the fees does not even cover the transaction cost.
Okay.
So because you're working directly with the banks, and like we said, we're plugged into the central network of the banks in Nigeria. In essence, we're not working directly with First Bank, and we guarantee you First Bank today and guarantee others next tomorrow. We're in the central network, the same NIBS network that you go from bank to bank. So based on that, we can work with the banks on an exchange rate, which is what covers most of our fees and not the fees we charge our customers or anyone we charge as customers.
Okay, so my guests this morning, I have Opeyemi and Anselm, and they both representing Ping Express, and this is a company that's been around, a structure that's been around for 2 years.
Correct,
and they're just making it into the Houston market. Before now, you said you've been in other parts of the U.S., so it's not like it's just new, so people can trust that it's been there a while. Because that's another thing. People want to know, like, oh, okay, they're here again, right?
That's right, yeah. And what they also need to know is we are regulated business as well. So we hold license with FinCEN, and which also holds us to strict compliance rules. And the previous guest asked what differentiates us from others, right? So what we've been able to do is automate our KYC as much as possible, right? So if you have the mobile app, for example, rather than you going to say, oh, I need to email or I need to take my ID to a shop, you can trigger a KYC from the app, whereby you take a picture of yourself using your phone, and then you take a picture of your passport as well, and the system does its thing, right? So there are thresholds. If you hit the threshold, then we have to take some additional documentation from you. But we don't take you outside the ecosystem of Ping Express. It's all within the app.
So is there like a max that you can send in a week? Is there like a max amount you have to send, or, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how if a customer has been verified. So, for example, if you are a new customer, there are different thresholds to the amount of money you can send, and again, it also depends on how often do you send money to your beneficiaries. Yeah, so I mean, there are different compliance rules in there, but as much as possible, we automate that. And that is also to push additional convenience to the people using the service.
Okay, so Anselm, is Ping Express available all over Africa, or for now it's just available in Nigeria?
Right now we do Nigeria, we do Ghana. And the next, we've had lots of discussion with different partners from MasterCard and all that. We hope by January we're going to get into an additional 5 to 6 countries. And in the next, by 6 months, we should be all over Europe as well. And going to Africa, going to Europe. So we have a growth strategy. We have strategic partners we're working with, and big banks behind us, supporting us in the U.S. So it's a U.S. company based in the U.S. and also expanding to Europe as well.
Now, I like what that says. Ping Express, ping to send, ping to receive.
That's right, yes. And what we try to preach is do it yourself. Yeah. Don't rely on anybody. You don't have to go. Trust your hands. Let it go directly from your hands to your beneficiary. Don't even trust the banks. So let your beneficiary decide if they want to leave the money in their own bank account or go to a cash machine and cash it out straight away. So don't leave. Okay, so this is the way it works, right? You do the transaction, you put in the payment details, the money leaves your account straight away. It doesn't sit with us. It doesn't sit with any bank. It goes directly into the bank of your beneficiary, right? So you remove the credit risk in between, right? And then your beneficiary can decide to say, okay, I don't want to spend this money now. Leave it there. I trust my bank. If they don't trust the bank, they cash it out straight away, put it in the bedroom. People do it.
Okay, you know what?
Yeah.
Because we're used to, when we hear something the first time, we try to process it. I'm sure people will still want to hear from you again, you know. This is just the introductory stage of it.
Correct.
We're going to have them back on the show. We're going to move from level to level with them. And they're here in the city of Houston, where it's right there on your phone, right? You can download the app.
Correct.
Right?
You can download the app. You can simply open your browser on the phone and just type in www.ping-express.com. If you don't have space on your phone, because what happens?
That's right there on the screen, right?
Yeah, so,
www.ping-express.com.
Correct. So what you find is some of the smartphones don't have enough space to take additional apps. So in that case, just type in the URL on your website, on your browser, and then you can use it the same way you would use the app.
Okay, so it's time to go. My producer is in my head like it's time to go. But Anselm, one more word from you. You have to say something to. We haven't touched on anything you want us to touch on?
Yeah, the other thing we say is we're very good at communication. And when you go to the website, we have a chat button there. Once you click open the chat, you can talk to us. You can talk to anyone. Our representative will be there to respond to you, provide you feedback, answer your questions. We're on the phone. So it's Ping Express. We say it's secure. It's a US-based company. We're very PCI compliant to make sure all your information are properly not stored with us. The banking partners handle all that. All we do is more of transmission and plugging into the right network.
And above all, for the customer, right? Minimize our risk.
Correct.
The sender's
Correct.
risk.
Correct.
Because that's what we have to, right?
Correct.
That's why we don't store your credit card information.
And if you send money offering, sometimes you go to an agent and you don't want to. You don't want people to know every time you send money, right? So that's why you need something like this.
The privacy,
you don't have to, it gives you the privacy. It gives your beneficiary the privacy as well. They don't have to cash out in any bank.
All right, guys, I must say a big thank you to you, our guests this morning, Opeyemi and Anselm from Ping Express. We hope you heard that all. It's very easy. Minimize your risk. Do it yourself. Trust your own hands. We'll take a quick break. It's done on MBC, and I'll be back with you.
Brought to you in association with Wazobia African Food Market, Trinity African Bar and Grill.
Okay, so we're here. Finally, you get to see our three faces again. And of course, we're sure that you have been very well informed and, of course, very well educated. And we spice it up with some music for you. So hopefully, Jimmy will still be here with us next week.
Yeah.
Even if it's going to be Christmas.
Yay.
Wait, are we supposed to work that day?
Season. What? Are we supposed to work?
No, nothing.
No, this is actually the last show before Christmas.
Christmas.
The next show will be the day after
I think
Christmas.
we should be singing Christmas Carol. Well, you know what? I'll just take the front and be the...
No, Jimmy.
Let's not upset people. People are right now about going out to go spend money.
No, Prof has a better voice, so let him start.
I don't know about that, No, I'm not even going to try, I'll lose all the respect that people have right now. So
anyways, in
let's
the
stay away
season,
from
people,
that.
let's try the best that we can to make sure that we make others happy. Everybody around you, do the best that you can. And of course, you heard from all our guests today, sending money. People at home are waiting for you to send something for Christmas chicken and stuff. So do whatever it is that you can to make someone smile this week and have yourself a fantastic rest of the day.
Okay, for me, it's it's been great being here with you, and we hope you enjoyed every bit of our show this beautiful morning. We hope to be here again next week, and then we're wishing you all a Merry Christmas. It's a joyful season, it's time to be happy, share love, show love to people, and that's what I'm going to be doing.
Okay, Merry Christmas to the great people of Houston, and to our Nigerian community or African community. Let's have a really good, peaceful one, because, that's one thing that, we really thrive to be in Africa, a peaceful continent. So
I think we should also wish our president, Nigerian president, happy birthday in
Happy
arrears.
yes.
Was his birthday this week, right?
Yeah, it was on Thursday.
So happy birthday to President Muhammadu Buhari. Yes. Okay. All right. See you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.